Hello, Froggy here, and today we'll be taking a look at the Ghosts of the Deep dungeon, the dungeon introduced in Season of the Deep. Like I often do, I'll be seeing if we can get from the beginning of the dungeon all the way to the end with 0 encounters. I was quite excited when I saw the opening here. I have pretty fond memories of the area at the end of the Utopia mission from the Red War. In fact, one of my earliest Destiny 2 videos was on a route to that location. I was looking forward to exploring it from here, but I don't think that's going to happen. For this route, I would recommend using Salvation Script. Doesn't really matter what class or subclass you're on. Just want to take a few steps forward, turn around, and then take a little triangular sort of shape with your Salvation Script shots, and you should be able to block off the default spawn. And as you can see, we've spawned past the doors of the entrance encounter. And we're done. That's it. That's the whole glitch. At this point, just walk forwards like you normally would. There is literally nothing stopping you from, at this point, simply walking all the way to the final boss room. You can grab all the collectibles, save for the last one that you would need to beat the boss for, and yeah, every door that you would need to beat enemies for is already open. Everything that would block you at the end of a boss encounter is already open. There's really nothing to figure out. A lot of this area is very wide open. And given that there aren't really hard edges to where the map is, that's replaced with turnbacks. And those turnbacks are ever present. Even using sync box at the beginning, since we're allowed sparrows, you still can't escape the range of the turnbacks. In fact, even following the normal path, you can't quite get away from them. If you so much as think about going somewhere that isn't exactly along the intended path, you're going to hit turnbacks. It makes for, overall, a rather unfun glitching experience, so I don't imagine I'll be making any further videos about this dungeon. Although if you manage to find an area that is not entirely infested with turnbacks, let me know. I haven't run into any, unfortunately. Not to say that there aren't holes in the map, there's plenty of that. The first time I even tried looking, the first place I really looked, I immediately ran into something. This crevice looked kind of suspicious. Of course, since it isn't exactly where you're intended to go, immediate turn back. But there are plenty of little holes on the side. You just need to manage to get out before the turn back timer runs out, and then find somewhere close enough to the map that it won't immediately kill you. As you can probably tell from these clips, I don't think I would recommend playing around with this area. Overall, it's just fairly unpleasant, and you don't really get to enjoy much of what you would normally see out of maps, since every moment is spent trying to not get the turnbacks angry. Anyways, let's just skip to the boss room. During my initial run of this dungeon, I thought it would be neat to try to glitch out of box to where Asa does the swim by, but with how everything else goes, I don't think that's going to happen. The last thing I tried was seeing if I could get to the collectible after the boss, It's the only thing that's really still blocked off when you skip ahead with the fallback point at the beginning. I was hoping we'd be able to get that one early as well, because then, even on your first run of the dungeon, you'll be able to get the increased drop chance at the dungeon exotic, which I am quite looking forward to unlocking for myself, since it brings grapple flying to every class. We can get fairly close to getting that collectible, but haven't really had any luck so far. Denovic found the hole that got us the closest. It turns out, right before that rubble pile that's blocking us, there is a hole in the ceiling that you can kind of sneak your way through, and unfortunately there are barriers in the way to getting to the other side. I haven't found any way that will get you there within the 4 seconds you're allowed, so for now, I guess we'll just have to beat the boss to get there. This will let you get the other collectibles and bonus chests though, so hopefully that's helpful.